All right. Thank you, Anne. That was a great intro. My name is Greg Johnson. I am Chairman and CEO of Metallic Minerals. Really a pleasure to be back here in Beaver Creek again. We're going to be making forward-looking statements, so be prepared. Metallic Minerals is part of a group of companies called the Metallic Group. What's exciting about what we put together is this is a team that has a proven track record of discovery and expansion with our former large mining companies like Placer-Dome, Newmont, Barrick, Ivanhoe. It's really a team that knows how to find resources, grow them, and advance them. We're proud of also our record of working with communities such as the Chilista Native Corporation in Alaska and the Tahltan First Nation at Galore and NND at Kino Hill and TH up at Trondheim up in the Dawson region. Our strategy with the Metallic Group, 3 separate public companies. Really, we have an in-house admin team that supports these 3 companies, keeps our costs low. We have a deep technical team that also supports the 3 companies. And the strategy here has been to go after opportunities where we see the potential for a Tier 1 asset, something a major is going to be interested in, with a geologic model that we think we can add value through our experience and expertise, new technologies, new approaches to grow these and create value along the way. We're excited to say we're also working, well, sorry, didn't realize this was the version with the, we're excited to be working with industry partners. As Anne mentioned, Newcrest took a strategic investment of 9.5% in the company in May. We're really excited to be working with the Newcrest team. We have partnered with the USGS on our La Plata project and the Colorado Geologic Survey, and we've been working with Goldspot employing machine learning technology at Kino Hill and at La Plata. So really bringing new thinking and technologies to bear on these projects with these great groups. 3 key assets that really make up the company. 2 of them are in Yukon. At Kino Silver and the Klondike alluvials. Kino has really been what we've been well known for as this is one of the highest grade silver producing districts in the world. Last year, Hecla took over Alexco. They are going back into production. We met with the guys here at the conference and they're expecting to produce some 2 million ounces. It's the highest grade silver asset in their portfolio. We have the eastern and southern extensions to the district. We're excited to say that we're going to be delivering our first inaugural resource on this project later this year. And we believe we're going to be able to demonstrate as an initial resource something that would be equivalent to several years of production of that Kino Hill mill. So really putting ourselves on the map in Kino Hill, demonstrating that we've got common geology between the more developed part of the district and our side of the district. On the Klondike alluvials as well, first production started in the Dawson region and the Klondike in August with Parker Schnabel of the Gold Rush Discovery Show. So we are going to see cash flow and royalty production this year. We're excited to see that get started, and we've got room for another 10 operators with many of our properties being already permitted and ready to go. The La Plata project has gained a lot of attention here over the last year. We just drilled a major discovery earlier this year that we announced in February. We were able to expand the resource to 1.2 billion pounds of copper and 17 million ounces of silver with an amazing discovery hit of 800 meters of 0.41 from surface. We are currently drilling on this project and have 2 holes into it. We had a news release today announcing we're 1,100 meters into hole number 2 and continuous porphyry mineralization starting at surface. So exciting news to be coming on that one over coming weeks. Likewise, in terms of drilling, we're going to be starting to drill at Kino, a resource expansion drill program starting this fall. That'll probably start up in September, late September, and be looking to add to the resources on that maiden resource. So we don't have a lot of time, so I'm just going to give a quick snapshot of the 3 projects. We'll start down south here, just 5 hours south of us here at the conference in Beaver Creek in La Plata, near the Durango-Cortez region of Colorado. Just looking at the photo here, you can see it's an amazing system. You can literally see La Plata from space. 10 square kilometer alteration system. It looks like you're in South America. Amazingly, this is a couple of kilometers from our current resource area. This has never been drilled. Our crews are pulling percent level copper grades and gram plus gold+PGEs at surface in targets that have never been tested. So we're quite excited about the broader potential at La Plata, and particularly with the drilling that's unfolding right now. So one of the things that we try to take a look at when we're looking at these systems is we really like it when the neighborhood has got a long history of production. So one of the things that attracted us to the Kino district was that 100 years of mining history of very high-grade silver. Likewise, in the Colorado mineral belt, you've got this long history of high-grade production that really has been overlooked until recent decades. So the La Plata district was known for its high-grade silver and gold veins, with the discovery of that copper porphyry system that drives the system. But you have major operators like our neighbor Hecla in the Creed district, Newmont with Cripple Creek, which is one of the world's largest open pit mines, 2 large block scale operations by Freeport-McMoRan at Climax and Henderson. So this is an area that has not only a long history of mining, but with world-class deposits. We lie along this major structural trend that includes the Bingham Canyon mine to the north, which is an alkalic precious metal rich system like La Plata. So a great neighborhood to be working in and really to be able to focus our exploration efforts on this project. La Plata fits within this subset of porphyries that we call precious metal rich porphyries. Why is that important? These are some of the biggest economic drivers in the industry, and some of these deposits are true giants, including Bingham Canyon that I mentioned, owned by Rio Tinto in Utah, on trend with La Plata. Just massive historic production and resources. At Nova Gold, where our team was involved in advancing the Galore Creek project, which is one of Canada's largest copper, gold, silver porphyry systems. Today, you're looking at a resource in excess of 9.5 billion pounds in the M&I category and still open. That was purchased by Newmont and Teck, and today with Newcrest's investment and the merger that's pending with Newmont, Newmont's going to be our partner at La Plata as well. But in terms of the geology, very similar to what we're looking at here, and it just really highlights the potential. The district was discovered in the 1700s by the Spanish. We saw Rio Tinto and Phelps Dodge come into the district in the 50s through the 70s, really recognizing that the center of these high-grade veins was cored by a precious metal-rich porphyry system. So they drilled some 14,000 meters of core on this main central resource, but one of the things that's exciting for our team, as we've come in and gotten to know the system, is that we actually see multiple porphyry centers, and except for the Allard system, none of the rest have been drill tested. So big excitement for us. In 2020, we did the first modern soil geophysical surveys on the project. Those surveys really highlighted the significance of the overall system. We undertook drilling in 2021. This was to confirm the historic work that had been done by groups like Rio Tinto and Freeport-McMoRan. In that drilling, we ended up hitting one of the widest and highest grade intercepts ever drilled at La Plata, one of the top holes in copper in North America in the last several years, 816 meters at 0.41, ending in over 11% copper equivalent, 5% copper, 50 grams of silver, and 11 grams of gold+PGEs. Just a spectacular hit. We announced that in February at PDAC at our core shack. We had all the majors lining up to take a look at that. Newcrest recognized the potential that this was similar to Red Chris up in the Golden Triangle, the Arcadia Ridgeway deposit in Australia, and of course we saw the clear affinity with Galore Creek. They came in and recognized this was really a system they wanted to be involved in. Within weeks, they were on the ground. We negotiated a strategic investment into the company. They are funding a drill program. First 2 drill holes are shown here on the section. The upper one in the gray area, which is pending, 900 meters of continuous porphyry. That was above hole 4. And then an offset below hole 4. It's still going 1,100 meters from surface. Continuous mineralization, looks very similar to hole 4. So we don't know how long that hole is going to go, but we're pretty excited about it. We're doing a 5,000 meter drill program with results to come through the remainder of the fall and into the new year. But we see the potential for a Galore Creek scale system, multi-billion pound, high precious metal rich system in a jurisdiction that's first world, on the road with power, and really an exciting asset to be developing and moving forward. And it sits within a 10 square kilometer alteration system. All the drilling fits in that small red circle on the map. we have 16 additional targets that are untested that we'll be testing in future work. Returning to the Yukon, our Kino Silver Project, the famous signpost hill at Kino Hill area of the original discovery. We're excited to be advancing on our first resource estimate in the later part of this year. As I said, Kino is one of the highest grade producing districts. Hecla is now the operator, shown here in green in the western part of the district. The orange circles represent the areas of large, high-grade historic production. The yellow circles here represent the areas of resources and reserves for Hecla that are going back into production. The mill is up and running. I believe that they're projected to go to commercial scale production by the beginning of the year. So it's fantastic to have an operation back and going at Kino. The areas in the circles in the orange area are metallic minerals holdings. Those four dash circles represent the areas we've advanced to initial resource stage. We are looking at the Formo area, the Caribou area, and the two areas at Homestake and Fox as part of that starter. But we have 40 targets in addition to these to be tested, so we're really just getting started. But the geology continues from the west to the east. We're quite excited to demonstrate the potential here. Our target is to be able to put on the table something that would be the equivalent of the Kino Central Mill, 2 or 3 years of production to demonstrate, just like Alexco in their 10 years of development started with just 3 million ounces and built to 100 million ounces, that got a great start here with this initial resource. Moving on to our Klondike Gold Alluvial Project. This is the open pit that was opened up in August. First production has started from this, so we will see royalties and gold production from Parker Schnabel's development work here. We're excited about the potential on this property. It is one of the largest unmined parts of the Klondike. The Klondike has seen 100 years of mining, some 20 million ounces. The growth is this eastern extension through the Australia Creek drainage. We're excited to be part of the development of that, working with high-quality operators like Parker Schnabel. So recent catalysts have been the advancement in work really since the beginning of the company in the early 2016-2017 period at Kino, the bringing on of the alluvial portfolio, the acquisition in 2019 of La Plata, the strategic investment, the updated resource, and the ongoing drilling today. So really a number of catalysts to expect in the weeks and months ahead as we move through the remainder of 2023, excuse me. Let's not jump forward too much. Quick end here on the share capital structure. We've got roughly 167 million shares outstanding. We're well financed with 6.5 million in the bank today. Newcrest is funding the exploration program at La Plata. We'll be funding our program at Kino Hill. Management owns 17%. That's been through participation in financing since day one. Newcrest owns 9.5%. Eric Sprott is our largest individual holder at 14.5%. And then other institutions include US Global and other well-known mining-focused funds. And then we've got a number of significant high net worth individuals who've supported the company, have been with us in past companies, and have been terrific to work with. So we're really just getting started. Metallic Minerals is one of the few companies in 2023 that's up for the year on the strong fundamentals of our Yukon portfolio, first cash flow and production, a new resource coming at Kino Hill, and of course that exciting discovery at La Plata, the resource expansion, and the coming results from that program. So thank you very much for your time and attention. And Ann, I don't know, do we have any time for questions?
You got 1 minute.
1 minute.
Okay, Greg, I guess the question is, if you have success at La Plata, do you start thinking spin out strategically how to maximize value for shareholders?
We absolutely will look at that. I mean, I think our view at Kino Hill was always that this would be strategic value for whoever was operating that mine at Kino Hill. I think the demonstration of tabling that first resource will really show it's real. The geology does continue at Kino Hill, and we really see that district under this new, very deep experienced team as being able to really highlight and demonstrate the potential. So the value, what's the best way for us to maximize that value? Maybe some form of partnership down the road, or even an asset sale. But we're excited to be seeing them having success and turning the mines back on, and to have that major land position and demonstrate there's ounces on that ground.